Signature evening, our focus shall be on morality during economic depression. We're going to establish whether the economic situation of a period has a link with ethics and morality. And to have that conversation with us is Apostle Goodluck Ebimobowei Timothy. He's a business coach. Apostle, good evening. Thanks for joining us on Signature Evening.
Yes, good evening. Good evening, my pleasure.
A number of things happen during economic recession. Let's not dwell on the positive part of the economy now. If there's a depression, for instance, there are a variety of things that happen, and the people that are faced with that economic depression experience those things. And so I'd like to find out from you if morality issues is one of them.
Okay, yes. Morality issues is one of them in in the sense that when you have depression, it leads to people's characters and behavior attitude will change because your moral life should speak. Are you with me?
Go ahead, Apostle.
Yes. Your moral life should speak. You know, morality during an economic depression is a period of, when you begin to have different state of mind, what to do and what not to do. When you are depressed, a lot of things run through your mind. And so what is morality? Morality means you as a person making sure that you have a moral state of mind, moral attitude, moral behavior. You have to do the right thing with one that have a moral sense of belonging. You do the right thing at all times. But when depression steps in an economic depression, your morality is at stake. The way you do things, the way you act will be at stake. That's it.
Apostle, given our own peculiarities, what are those things that happen in our own climes that suggest that there's morality decadence as a result of economic depression? The one that is directly linked to economic depression.
You you can see what is happening today now. You can you if you see, you understand that the selling of one's conscience. People don't understand that what they do, they should be accountable of what they do. Their conscience should speak. When you are doing the wrong thing, your conscience should tell you that this thing you are doing is wrong. But when you don't have those morals in you, now looking at it today in our nation, you will understand that people no longer have conscience of what they do. They sell their conscience. Talking about doing the wrong things, selling out themselves. You will see brother try to betray their fellow brothers because of depression. Everybody want to meet up. Everybody want to be in the front line. Everybody want to make sure that not they are after self, not about the entire being, the entire well-being. Let me not go to religion, but the Bible says we should be our neighbor's keeper. But in the terms of these problems we are facing currently today, talking about economic depression, people sell their conscience. Our conscience are being sold. So you are not after what you want to do for the entire society. It's your own self, your pocket, as in self-centered. selfishness. That's
Apostle,
going to
how
happen
does all
today.
of this manifest? What do we see and we know that people have sold their consciences? How do we even know that morality has gone down because of economic situation?
Well, do I say bad leadership? One of the problems we have in this country is bad leadership, whereby you don't own responsibility to your leadership or to what you do. That is one of the major problems we have. The bad leadership of this country is making us to have economic depression. Bad leadership.
So what moral responsibilities do leaders play in during economic crisis rather, in order to help people from diverting, from losing their conscience in during the economic depression era?
Okay, one of the things they need to how to bring in their moral is this: they should understand that governing or leading is all about followership. And so you should understand first that that leadership that you are in, it is not by your own strength, not by your power. God, despite every other person, chooses you to be a leader. And so your moral should play. You should understand that whatever you do in life, you will give account of it. You should understand that there are what they call karma, aftermath of everything you do as individual. Everything you do, you give account. Whatever you do today will affect you tomorrow. And so you have to leave good legacy. You understand? Our leaders today don't want to understand that what you leave, your legacy you leave, will speak for you, your children, your family, your generation to come. And so every leader, in order to cope this economic depression, is for you to understand that you are leading your fellow human being. You are not leading animals. They need light. They need constant light. They need water. They need good road. They need health care. They need everything that these people need to survive with. Good health care. But today, our leadership and government don't understand that these are the things people need to get so that they can live a normal life. They can live well,
Apostle
so that
Goodluck,
people will not be
away
depressed.
from political leaders, let's also look at religious leaders. I believe you belong
Okay.
in this category. So
Yes.
what are the contributions of religious leaders to the moral decadence that we are faced with? I know that it is economic situation that has caused the degradation of morality, but what role does the leadership of the church also play in this?
Okay. Now the leadership role of the Christian, the Bible let us to understand that if a man wants to be a leader, if you want to be a bishop, as the Bible rightly states in Timothy, he said you will be a man of one wife, you will be a man of impeccable character, you will be a man of a respectable character life, and you must make sure you are a good behavior. You are good in your own aspect. And so the role as we ministers need to play is this: we should first of all know that we are pace setters. We should first of all know that the Bible says judgment will start from the altar, the pulpit, where we ministers minister. And so our role is that, one, the Bible says pray for your leaders. And so we have to first of all make sure we have this time to pray for leaders, not about criticism, but have time to pray for them so that they can act properly, they can behave rightly, they can walk in the right way and in the right path. And so we religious leaders, we have a lot to do. We have to make sure in our own little way, from our tithes and offerings and what we gather, we make sure. They say charity begins at home. Those members that are around us, take care of them, love them, cherish them, advise them, guide them, counsel them. That is one of the major responsibilities. So if we can get those of them that are in the church, the society will become a better place. So it's not all about collecting from the members, making them to make you rich and you don't look about their well-being. No, you have time for them, take them out, retreat, furnish them,
all right, Apostle.
Have one-on-one counseling.
Since you have gone sanctimonious, let's actually look at the scriptures. Were there people in the scripture? Are there people in the scriptures that, despite the economic situation of the time, they were morally upright? Are there instances that we can copy from?
Yes. Let me give you one. It's Moses. You understand that when Moses led the children of Israel out of Egypt, most of them were economically depressed because what they were expecting was not what they get. They were expecting that as Moses led them out of Egypt, it will just take them maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, they get to the promised land like God, their father, has promised them. But it took them 40 years in the wilderness. But even when Moses was trying to make them understand that, see, this thing is not a rocket science. Let's take it gradually. Calm down. If you remember, there was a time that these persons, the children of Israel had then murmured, complained, bittered, and God told Moses that I will kill this person so that none of them will see the promised land. Moses interceded and begged. He said, Father, if you kill these persons here, it will be as if there is no land to bury them in Egypt. Please don't kill them. Please, I atone for them. Please, I beg on their behalf. Please, give them time. Moses stand out. Moses stand out. So he prayed, he communicated with God, and God granted his request. Can you remember? It was because of the attitude and behavior of the people that led Moses into angry life that made him want to see the promised land. Joshua also stood out in the time of economic depression. Joshua stood out. Caleb stood out. Daniel stood out. A lot of them, time will fail me to mention those who stood out when it was not easy in their reign and in their time.
All right. Thank you very much, Apostle Goodluck Ebimobowei Timothy, a business coach, for joining us to have this conversation around morality during economic depression. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Save Nature TV. News in your pocket.